Hello there, everyone. Welcome to a very special day in the Islands of Insight Hub Puzzle series. This is Godel, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you the last pattern grid. It is literally less than 1 minute freshly spawned. I had the game loaded up and I was waiting for the timer to reset. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, we're doing it. This is it. Here we go to This is gonna be the last day in the Autumn Falls. So yeah. All we gotta do is find a pattern grid and do it. Kinda gonna be a little bit of an anticlimactic, ending here, but it will be an ending nonetheless. The hard part's gonna be finding it, honestly. Unless we end up finding, like, a 5-star pattern grid or something. I don't think that's gonna be a thing, right? Right? Nah, surely not. But yeah, so right now, mostly I am looking for a puzzle radar, since that's our best bet in finding it. And there we go, there's a puzzle radar we can use. So, here we go. Puzzle radar, currently we have scanned our... No, we haven't quite scanned the island yet. Here, let's get close enough to the island to make sure we cover the island. Let's go up to the Pearl. No pattern grid up here. Alright, let's go across the wooded area. Also looking for additional puzzle radars just in case we need them, but we are not going to need them. We have found our pattern grid. It's just over here under the bridge in the river, and it looks like it's a 4-pipper, so... won't necessarily be trivial, but I don't think it's going to be too difficult either. Let's see. So we have this weird shape that's being tiled here, I guess. And we need to figure out how it's tiling, where it's tiling from. So, let's see. This doesn't correspond to that. Is this like a symmetrical tiling, maybe? This might actually be a symmetrical tiling. Let's see. Doesn't seem vertically symmetrical. What about, like, symmetrically symmetrical? Like, diagonally symmetrical, I mean? Or like this? Is that correct? That seems correct so far. I think it might be diagonally symmetrical through the middle here with opposite colors. So then this would correspond to, here goes light, light, dark, dark. This dark goes up by 2. No, that doesn't seem correct. That's correct so far, though. I'll keep that progress. Oh, here, maybe I was just copying it wrong. Yeah, I think that's what it was. There we go. That's it. Autumn Falls, all done. Look at this. 100%, 100%, 100%. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. And that's everything. We'll go in our save stats later to show the final completed save stats row. But that's the biggest zone in the game, the zone with the most puzzles, finally complete. Heck yeah. Oh, and then side note, while I was just chilling, waiting for the puzzles to respawn in Autumn Falls, I was just running around Verdant Glen. I actually did a pretty good number of puzzles in here. There's no perspective puzzles, there's no hidden puzzles, no puzzle grids, no movement puzzles. no action puzzles. Environmental, actually, is what they're called here for some reason. And no match 3, so there's no puzzles in Burning Glen right now either, which is kind of funny. Um, and I hit this major milestone over here. We hit level 99 in Sky Drops. Huzzah, so now I can go get my overrated and difficulty blue name tag in the Discord. Woo! Anyways, where does that leave us? So this is obviously going to be a wrapping up point for Season 3 of the Islands of Insight Hub puzzle series. But now we're kind of in this in-between point where we've got still 3 big areas. We finished almost all of our quests. We still have 10 more puzzles in the Lost Grids cluster down here. We can actually go down here and take a look. Now we're at the point where all of the puzzles on the top shelf is all done. So down here is where we have the remaining 10 puzzles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 puzzles left. And of those, we have 2 1 stars, 4 2 stars, 2 3 stars, sorry, 3 3 stars, and 2 4 stars. Yeah, so quite a few puzzles left down here. What I think I want to do to round out the series is finish the Lost Grids cluster, because when I start the next series, I don't want to be diverting over here with Lost Grids cluster all the time. And instead, I think instead of focusing on a single zone in the next series, I might focus on multiple zones and just kind of like go back and forth between them. So maybe I'll like do either 45-minute episodes where I try to spend about 10 to 20 minutes in each episode, or each area here, and just kind of go between them. I did clean up Verdant Glen, although the puzzles that spawned over here, it only took me about 20 minutes of running around there today. So it could be feasible to do a full map clear of all of the available puzzles. And the sooner we're getting in that status of doing that, the sooner we're going to be less likely to get in a status here of, hey, there's one single puzzle that we have to wait multiple days to finish. So that's what I'm thinking. The Season 3 is going to be like the multi-zone season, and we're going to try to wrap up everything. It might end up being just as long as this one, it might end up being shorter, it might end up being longer. I don't know. But we'll see. For now, though, let's just work on finishing the Lost Grids cluster here. We have 10 puzzles left. If I don't finish them all today, which I'm very not likely to, I'll probably wrap them up next time, and then we'll see about starting the next series. So yeah, here we go. Let's maybe do these in alternating difficulty here. Start with a hard one, go to the easy ones first. So we have to make unique pentominoes and no 4 in a row of light. So the first thing, if we do this, we make a 4 in a row of light. So we can't do that. We're either left with this, which makes this S pentomino, or we are left with this P pentomino here, which then forces us to do this, and yeah, so we've got some options here. So no matter what, I believe if this is dark, these 4 pieces are light, and if this one is dark, then these 2 are light. So these 2 are light no matter what. We do need to be making pentominoes, and these are mostly dominoes, so what that means is that we're going to have to use a lot of these single tiles to get our parity into making a pentomino. This is in fact the only place where we're going to be having like an elbow macaroni to work off of to make into a pentomino. The rest are going to have to be domino and single pieces. So that's something we're going to have to keep in mind. There's going to be a few banned pentomino shapes because we can't make a 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make, 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make, 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make a 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make a 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able to make 4 in a row. Like, we're not going to be able Let's see, can I even make this shape somewhere? Yeah, we can't make this pentomino. Well, we can make it in this particular space, but if we made it, like, off the board, it wouldn't work. We can't do this pentomino. That'd be illegal, obviously. So we're gonna have to figure out how to work from here. So let's see, if this is light, this one has to be dark, and if this is dark, this one has to be light. So these two are opposite hinged on each other. So dark and light here. And if this is light, then this is dark. If this is light, this has to be dark as well. That would only be dark when this one is dark. This would be light, and... let's see. We would need to pick up an extra tile here for this domino. This one could go a different manner of ways. Over here could go like this, or this even. A lot of different options we have there for that one. Let's go back, because we were kind of working on a long assumption here. So this is what we know so far. What does our foresights recommend us to look at? So it recommends we look at this here. So if it's the most forcing thing, if this was light, then we'd need dark, dark, light here. We'd need dark here, dark here. These could not connect. That would have to be dark. This would have to be dark. And then we block in a pentomino over there. Okay. So that means that this one has to be dark. And that's kind of all it gives us. I guess, like, if this was light now, what happens? No, nothing really happens if that's light. What if this is light? What if this is light? If this is light, we have to go through... We could go like this, or like this, or that, or that. Many options. What other foresight do we have recommended here? So this shape, huh? I don't feel like this is forcing either way, because if this is light... If this is dark, we know we have to do this here. And then dark here, those can't connect. These can't connect there. This could connect here, or this could go like that. No, this would have to go here, okay. This would then have to be here, here. We could not do this L piece here, so this would have to go here, and then the P or the P here. Can't do another S. Have to block that 4 in a row. Oh, we can't do a P either. Okay. So this, like, I don't see the logic besides that, right? And what's the light logic here? So if this is light, that means we would have to go... Like, this being light doesn't give us anything to work with. Like, there's no near misses. So yeah, we know this has to be light here. And if this is light, this one... Like, we don't have anything else to work with still, yeah. Right then. I'm just gonna kind of keep going with the foresights here, because I, like, don't know what to do. Okay, here we go again. So if this is light, this has to be dark, light, dark. This would have to be dark, dark, light, light. Like, am I supposed to see that many steps in ahead? I just don't really know. So we got another dark there. If this is dark here, we have to do light, light. We can't connect those. These have to come out here. We need a single piece here, so that has to look like that. And yeah, that's a big mess. So this one's got to be light, which means now we finally have our first actual pentomino shape. It is the S. Which means up here, we cannot do this shape, would be illegal up here. We could do this, or this, or this, though. Or even this, or this. So, like, many things. really cannot narrow that down at all, still. I think if we do this, then we have to do this. So if this is light, we have to go, like... Light means we have to do this, right? But if this is dark, we have to block that. We have to finish this in a variety of ways. Like all of them except this one are illegal. So that works, that works, that works. Again, that's not really giving me anything to work with. So let's see, if this is light, if this is dark, this has to be light. This would have to be light. This would have to be light. Okay. That checks out. That makes sense to me. If this is light, this has to be dark. That has to be light. This would have to be dark down here. This over here either has to go like this, or like this, or this. Because it can't go like this. It could go like this, though. Yeah, I'm just not really too... Once again, not really too confident about what to do with this block. If this is dark, however, what does this look like if this is dark? So that has to stop there. This has to come here. This has to be that, and we get a 4 in a row. Okay, there we go. Gotta be light. Light here. Dark here. So this is either this and this. No, it can't be this and this now. So it's either this and this, or this and this, or this and this. So we don't really have an exact solution yet. If it is this and this, though, we do have to do this, which I feel gives us total free reign to do whatever we want up here. So that can't be correct. So this one cannot be dark. That one must be light. That lets us do this. Whoops. Let's see. We have still undisclosed piece up here. So whatever's happening up here, this must be dark. Or, wait. This has got to be dark. So we have our F piece. Uh-oh, we've made a mistake somewhere. This is dark? For real? I thought I ruled that out. Oh, we could have gone this solution. Okay, so we must... What's going on over here? Do we not have multiple solutions over? Oh, you know what? We have to figure out the rest of the dark shapes that we have access to over here. So we can't do a P here. So we do an F. So F is off the table, P is off the table, so we have to do the T. Okay. Sorry about that one. I feel like I didn't do too great at that one, but that's how it is sometimes. Alright, and we got more bricks. Great. So no squares. Okay, I'm thinking right out of the gate, the thing most likely to be squares are going to be the bigger numbers, so I feel like we need to make these 12s just be light by default. And the smaller numbers probably are safe to be light, right? How many is this? 10 and 2, so these can't even connect. Okay, so that doesn't work on this side if I make this 3 be dark and the 12 be light. What if they're both dark, though? So the 12 would have to decidedly come over in this direction. This is going to have to be dark there. See, this would have to be light. This would have to be light. That would be the 5. This would be the 6. Whoops. The 6. And then the 12. Let's see, how do we do the 5 like that? And the 12 like that? Okay. Hey, I mean, it worked. Now over here, on the other hand, this 3 is gonna form into a dark, I think. So something like this is what I'm thinking for the 3. And then finish the 12 off. What does that leave us with on the rest of the board? Ooh, not good, not good. That's what it leaves us with, is a not good situation. Okay, so if 12 is light, then this 3 doesn't go like this. What if the 3 goes like this, though? I don't know if we can avoid touching the 3 to that section. We didn't even finish connecting that. Okay, so the 12 cannot connect here now, if the 3 was dark. So the 12 has to go around this. And it blocks in the 5. It is possible for the 12 to be dark, I guess. Is it? That would mean this would have to be dark, this would be light. That wouldn't be able to connect. Yeah, I'm not seeing this 3 being dark either over here, so I think this 3 is going to be light. Is this correct so far? Yeah, that's correct so far. Okay. So this has to go here so it doesn't smother the 5. The 5 is going to be dark for sure. Whoops. Pick up the 3 there, and then the 5 is going to finish either here or here. The 12 is kind of imminent here on finishing, because that finishes the 12, but it also breaks the 5, so probably more along the lines of this to finish the 12. Finish the 3 down here. How do we do this 5? Like this? No, we're making mucho mistakes here. Let's see if we're correct up to here at least. So we're correct up to here at least. Alright, why would this single tile matter here? So like if this is dark, that means if this was dark, no, that means this would have to be light. And then this would have to be dark. That'd have to be dark. This would have to be light, dark, dark, light, dark. Then I don't think we can really finish the 5 over here, right? Because this has to be light. That's obviously too big, and that's obviously too big. So this one has to be light in that case. Which means if we go down here, we break the 12. If we go over here, we can do this. I don't think we can really work with that either down here. What if this is light? Dark, dark? Oh, hold on. There we go, that does one. Okay. Sorry, I kind of cheesed my way through that again. Really bad at that type of puzzle. Alright, we have an underclude here, huh? So, what's going on here? We can't go... like these. This, obviously. So that's already a way we can't go. We can't go up with that. If we go in with this, we have to go out by 1 this way. Same for this one. This one also has to go that way, okay. What can we say anything about the 4s? I don't really know about the 4s, to be honest. There has to be some kind of symmetry here somewhere. So, like, for example, if we were to go here, this would cause this, this, this. this, right? Okay, so we can't go up here with the 3, and we can't go up here with this 3. That should be the answer. Alright, cool. And it caused a loop to break itself there. Ah, yes, this one. Okay. So this is kind of like that one we did last episode that had like the big grid and we had to kind of trace out the various possible routes. But we're basically going to need to have a single tile between each of these. So we need to figure out like what's filling up the tiles where. So for example, if we have this here, a dark tile here randomly, this is going to have to go all the way here. This one's going to have to go here. It can't go to the 12, so this one's going to have to go up to the 10. This one has to go... Can't go to the 10. Can't go to the other 5, so it'd have to go to this 5. This would have to come down at least... this would have to go over here. This would have to go here. That would have to go there. And then nothing can really reach over here, right? Yeah, so that doesn't work. Alright. Alright, so we really only kind of figured out one part of the problem here. Let's see if there's somewhere else to figure out a route to go. So this 8 and the 3... Really, this is going to have to... The 3 is either going to do this, and the 8's going to be like this, or the 3 is going to be like an elbow macaroni, and the 8's going to be like that. So we need to figure out which way this 8 is going. It does look like the 8's going to have to go over to the left over here, because now we can't even get over here to this side. So we know we cannot do this. This would be bad. So our 8 has to go this way. Our 3 has to come out at least one in that direction. And now if our 8 stopped right here, this is what this would look like for this. This would have to... You know, I guess this could actually wrap up here, go like this, and the 12 pick that tail up. This 8 has to come over here for a little while. 1, 2 up here. What would this 10 be doing? What would this 12 be doing? The 12 probably has to like come fill out at least to over there and over here maybe. And then what's this? Can this 10 reach all of that? No, the 10 cannot reach all of that. So yeah, that becomes a problem unless we have this come down 1. Then this go out there instead. Now the 10 can reach... The 10 can't finish. Never mind. The 10 cannot get to 10 now. So I think... Where did we even start this chain at over here? I think the 8 has to come further, is what that all comes down to. Yeah. Okay, so this 5... Yeah, good observation on the 5. Foresight, I should have seen that. The 5 can't just go down and then stop up here. It has to come out a little bit up here. In fact, the 5 is going to be having to turn one direction. It could turn this way. If it turns this way, it means we got to do something like this. Let's see, this would be done, done, done. The 8 could finish that, and the 5 could finish here. That 12 is too big. Yeah, I don't feel like that's gonna be good. Yeah, that's not seem viable there. So... I guess 2 tiles, though, darn. So I can't actually even use that, the knowledge we gain from that. What if we put a tile here? Like, that seems like a really bad idea. What happens? So this has to go here. This would have to go here. That would go there. This could connect to the 8. Or it could connect to the 10. I feel like the 10 is going to be more constrained over here. Probably need to wrap around like this. The 12 can't even go over there, so That finishes the 12. This finishes the 5. Here. That 5. No, we've hit another roadblock here. I feel like we tried this, right? And that was invalid, so this must be a block here. Okay, and then that means this goes here. I don't know why I would be able to look at that tile as of yet. I mean, what does this look like if I scrunch everything this way? This 5 gets stuck. Okay, so the 8 has to come over here. Fair enough, fair enough. So the 8 could fill out this space over here, but I think this kind of dooms the 10. And that 5, yeah. So if the 8 comes this way, it can't go here. So the 8 has to go at least one more that way. This is a tough one. I don't feel like there's any very good starting spots. I forgot we tested this one being dark and it didn't work, so let me put that back. I feel like if we just have random dark tiles here in the corner, it's not good for us, so I feel like this has to be like that, right? Yeah. Okay. Does it work if we go all left here? No. So we've got to come out at least another tile. Does it work if we go all left now? No, still doesn't work, so we have to keep coming out to the right. Now I think it would work. So if we went here and then we do this. This works, right? So this can't go to the 12, it has to go here. This would have to go to the 10, this would have to go to the 10, this would have to be done. That would be done. Ooh, hold on. Hold that one there for a second. I think we'd want to go here with this guy. Nope, we have to go at least here. Missed that tile. So if we go here, here... No, that doesn't work. I feel like we're really inefficiently using this space here. I feel like there has to be a dark tile here. So how do we make this work with the dark tile here? Like that! Hey! Alright, we kind of got there. Again, I don't feel like I did it very cleanly, but what can you do? Oh yeah, we've looked at this one a few times now. Alright, we've got a dark snake, one symbol per light area, so we don't have to worry about any of these lotuses touching. But we need to get this dark snake out of here. One symbol per light area. We cannot have any isolated light tiles. So, if this was to be a light, what would it be attached to? So, can it be attached to this guy? Could it be attached to this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can't be attached to this one over here. Couldn't really be attached to this one. I feel like this has to be dark then. And it doesn't really feel feasible for this. No, yeah, definitely that can't be light. So that's going to be like that. Block this connection here. Gotta have a dark here. Most likely this isn't going to be the head of the snake, but ultimately we don't know where the head of the snake is. Let's see, if this was a head of the snake here, well, if this was light, it would not work. It would just be trapped, so that kind of answers that. If this is light, we have to connect it to something, so can we connect it to this guy? We could. We could connect it here as well. We could also connect it there. No, we can't connect it there. So it would either need to be here or here, is what this is going to look like. I think most likely the snake is not going to just, like, dead end down here, though. Like, this just seems improbable. Because now we have a dead end, and now it has to come out of here. It would have to come up here, right? And yeah, this isn't gonna work. So this has to come out here, I'm gonna semi-confidently say. And then same thing here, I think this is not gonna dead end there. I think the snake's gonna wrap up here. I don't think it's gonna dead end up there once again. And I think this is gonna loop around like this. I think this is how... Uh-oh. Nope, that's not how that's gonna look. If it does go up here, it can't go like this. Because then we would have to, like, go in here like that or something. That could be the end of the snake, though. But then the symmetry kind of causes us a problem. So maybe us assuming it goes around here is not a good assumption at all. Oh yeah, we have the dark tile there we can use. So if this was light, what would it be attached to? It would have to be like this, right? Then this would have to be in here, and we have both ends of the snake, and then we also have to prevent a snake trap here. This would have to wrap down here. And this would make a loop. So this one cannot be light, this one's got to be dark. Our snake is not going to come through here. Well, I guess it could come through here. It could dead end here. No, it couldn't dead end there. So our snake has to go here then. Our snake's not going to come through here. That much we know for sure. So that means it's going here. It could dead end down here. Alright, here's the dead end of the snake. Finally, we found one. And what did we mess up here? Oh. I see. I assumed this connected here, but this is actually just going to be another dead end of the snake, because this doesn't work. Or rather, this does not work, so this has to be like this. Okay. So now we have both of the ends of our snake. All other dark tiles we now assume are no snake ends, so we can start filling in stuff a little bit more briskly here. That's gonna go like this, that, and that. Alright, cool. Besides kind of the start of that went pretty okay, I would say. How many more do we have left here? 5 more. And we've done all the hard ones, so we only have 1 and 2 stars left. Which are, I mean, all things considered, they're still hard, right? Like, I'm not gonna try to undersell that. Let's see, connect all light cells and dark cells. Okay. So this is interesting, because whatever we do up here is going to be all dark, or all light. Then how do we do... Let's see, so if this is all light, we'd have to do 4 and 2 here, like this, without connecting all dark cells. We'd have dark, dark, light... Well, either... Hold on. So we have light up here. So either it'd have to be like this, or like this, which seems kind of weird, but it doesn't not work, or like this. I mean, just eyeballing this, does it not work? It's working so far. It doesn't work. Okay. What if we do it like this, though? So... now we need to do... I guess this doesn't even have to be like that. Well, if this is up here... okay. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing. Let's back up. What if these are dark? So if these are dark, and this is dark, we need a light. Oh, geez. We need a light here. I feel like this being dark up here just inherently complicates things. Let's figure out something, though. So if this is dark, then that means we're going to have light cells over here somewhere. If we have light cells here, we could presume to say the rest of the thing is like this. And then that could be like this, right? This could be all dark here. These would have to be all light here. This one would have to come down. Alright, we can just accidentally solve it by thinking too hard. Okay, cool. More area numbers. Alright, 24 and 26. You guys are gonna be buddies, but not really. So this for no matter what, I think it's gonna be passing here. So if we do this, no, this would actually work if we did something like that. I think this is going to be a compression puzzle, though, where we're trying to make the most of our space, just given that there's very large numbers over here and no other constraint rules. So what I'm guessing is that we're going to have 24 and 26 coming out this way. And these guys are not going to be able to touch. So 26 is going to be going here. 24 is going to be going here. 26 we can go ahead and have it come out. 26 is going to have to come up here. It's going to have to turn around past the 5. The 5 is going to have to go like this now. Probably we want to take up as much space as possible here, where possible. Actually, hold on. No, yeah, this seems good. Give the extra tiles there to 26. So this is already at 14. We don't have this connected yet. This is looking good so far, right? Ooh. So I think it's saying we want to do this, actually. Want to do this. Okay, okay. I'm going to take those corrections just because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of guidance in how the puzzle really wants us to proceed here. I think if we... yeah, we have to hug the wall here so we don't block in the 26. And I think here we need to go this way to give the 26 maximum space to navigate the 24. Alright. I'm thinking we probably just crunch in as much as we can down here so the 26 has as little space to that it needs up here. So 25, and then that leaves one tile left. We are correct so far, actually, so that's good. Let's see, how are we going to do the 24? So I think we can go in here. The 4 is fine. Let's just hog all of the space we can. And that should do it. Yeah, 24, 26, and 2. Nice. Alright. Don't make a light snake, and we have to connect all light and dark cells. Well, to not make a snake here and connect all cells, that means we cannot... This 5 has to be, like, the corner. It either has to be a straight line, either a straight line or a straight line. If it's a straight line like this, though, that doesn't work. If it's a straight line like this, that doesn't work either. So it can't be a straight line past this 2. It can be a straight line here. We'd have to go like this. And no, we can't get around this 2 without breaking the T, so it can't be a straight line there either, and it cannot be a straight line here, I'm just gonna guess. This would wrap around here, that would be, yeah, impossible to do with the snake. So this 5 is gonna need to be on the corner. So that means the 5 is gonna be going at least 1 in each direction, and that's kind of all we all we know. So if we go down here, that makes it so we have to do dark here. This might work. No, this cannot work. So if we're going down to this 2 like this, we need to keep in mind there's no snakes allowed, so if we go up, that's not good. If we go this way, that kind of works. That does not work. No. Okay, and if we go down, that doesn't work. And if we go this way, that doesn't work either. And just because I didn't demonstrate it, if we go down this way, that doesn't work, right? So we can't go down 4 with this. So that means at most we can go down 3. We need to go down an extra 1 over here, or up an extra 1 rather. Now we can't go in here, but we do need a complete no checkerboard pattern, so that gives us some stuff to work with. Alright. This is not working either. Where did we mess up? Earliest is here, huh? Oh, you know what? One thing I didn't consider is that we can go like this. And then this would be like this. No, that doesn't work. What the heck? This is light according to the solution, but how? Did I not test this? I thought this didn't work. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take it, because I could have sworn this didn't work. I must have put too many dark tiles or something. Okay, so if we go like this, I think we're in trouble trying to get all of these pieces here, right? Yeah, we can't really get to all of them. So this one's got to be light down here. And then how is this tile? Oh, well, we have the border theorem. We can use that. Okay, not too clean on that one. Not too proud with that one. But we finished it. Next up, okay, Dart Matrix. No Knights moves. Okay. Gosh, what the heck is that even gonna look like? Oh no. Okay, no Knights moves means Let's look at this 5. I think this 5 is going to be important. We have a 7 by 7, which means wherever this 2 is, it cannot eliminate more than 2 tiles from here. So I think that means we have to do this, right? Otherwise, we're eliminating more than 2 tiles here, because this would eliminate 2 tiles. This would eliminate 3 tiles. This would eliminate 4 tiles, 3 tiles. So I think we have to start with this. So let's do that. Gives us a starting point here, and then it gives us all of these moves. Just need to reconcile the... No, it doesn't look like this is correct, actually. Is this starting move not correct here? This is not correct. Okay. Oh, you know what? Because this is eliminating this move here, but we could then do another tile here to eliminate this move. And that's 2 tiles. So really we have 2 options for this. We can either do this, or this, or this. That's 4 options, sorry. But if we do this, it actually eliminates an extra field here because of this 1. So this one's actually not viable. So really we have 3 options. It's either this or this. Sorry, that's 2 options. Yeah, 2 options. Okay. So we have to have a dark tile here for sure. That one we're able to pretty definitively figure out. Okay, cool. Not too unhappy with the start. Let's see what else we can figure out here. We're gonna need a 1 here somewhere. I don't think we can eliminate the 1 here because this is gonna... If we put a dark tile here, it's gonna eliminate that. And if we put a dark tile here, it's gonna eliminate this. So this one cannot be eliminated. So this one's gonna have to be the dark tile for that column, and then it's gonna have to do that thing that it's doing. I'm out of words, man. Okay. This is correct so far, yes? Good. Maybe I'm not that dumb. Cool. Okay, oh, and we know this cannot be a dark tile either, okay. So here we have a 3. We can't do anything that would eliminate 2 of the tiles here, so we can't do this or that. Or this one, but we already have that one covered, so that one's fine. We can't do anything that would... Oh, actually, we can just fill all this in, right? Yeah, because we have... Oops, all pieces there ready to go. Alright, just checking Knight's moves here. We have a 2 here that we can finish up. That does this move. 2, 2, 2, 1. Let's see, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 here. Here's 4, 3. 2. We need 1 more here. 2, 1, 3. We need 2 more here, 2 more here. Okay. Well, oh, here's a move we can block, which lets us now put this move, which finishes this column, which lets us do that column. And I think, okay, we got another move here, there. Whoops. Whoops, again. Oh my gosh. There, that's what I was trying to do. 3 here. Both of these get blocked. This is blocked, and then this is blocked, and that is dark. Okay, cool. That one actually was not as bad as I thought. We figured out semi-clean logic on that one. Oh, and then Sophia is going to be the finale, I guess, huh? Well, I guess let's get cracking on it then. So connect all dark cells and connect all light cells. Gonna have to go out at least by 1 down here. We cannot have checkerboards. Gonna have to go at least 3 this way. Six is done here now. This is gonna have to be the same color as that. This is 5 tall, so it could be light at the moment. Let's see, what does this 8 have to do? We have to do at least 2 more this way. Six is gonna have to go at least 3 down this way. Now that's got to be dark. That's gonna have to be dark. That's light. This dark has to get out of here. Alright, and then no checkerboards. Block that in. This light has to get out of here, so block that in. This is looking pretty promising so far. If this is light, then this needs to block in a lot of tiles, so let's hold off on that one. Or maybe let's think about it now. So if that's light, we have to do dark, 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 dark. Dark comes out. Dark comes out. Light, it has to be here. Like, that doesn't really break anything. What if it's dark, though? Oh, never mind. It's got to be light. Okay, so this is actually how it has to be. I wasn't overthinking it too much. If we do a light tile here, we make a checkerboard, so let's do dark here. So let's see, this can go 5, so it has to go down by 1. This 7, this 5, this 8, this 8. So this 8 cannot exist. Well, can it exist? Hold on. I was thinking if this is dark, it kind of ruins this 8, but actually it doesn't. Not immediately, anyways. Okay, how is this 8 going? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to go out here. Okay. So that gives us some stuff. If this is light now, so that breaks things. So this is going to have to be the O is dark. Okay. This has to come out. No checkerboard there. Has to go over at least 1 here. And then, this isn't going to make a checkerboard no matter how we do it, so we probably need to... Yeah, the light can't come out over here, so the light has to connect down here. This is going to be blocking the light in some manner. So this now has to get through here. It's going to go like that. This 5 is going to go... I guess the 5 can just connect like that. Yep, that seems to work. Alright, so right side of the board is done. Now our light is coming out over here on the bottom. If this is dark, that breaks a whole bunch of stuff. So this is going to be light. This can come down an extra 1 now. Now this can't go down. Go up here. That finishes the 6. This dark's gonna have to escape the middle of the board. Everything's all connected, looking good, and boom! There we go. That is the last Lost Grids Cluster puzzle. And that is it for the Autumn Falls Hub Puzzle series and the Lost Grid Cluster. That was quite a doozy. Woo, we did it. Let's go and save stats, because this is quite a milestone for us to celebrate. While that's loading, let's just teleport over to, I don't know, let's go to Shady Wildwood and do a random puzzle while we're waiting for save stats to process. So here's an idea. Since I have finished the mastery for Skydrops and Armillary Rings, if I wanted to, I can turn off the random spawning Skydrops. That's an option in the configuration. But it's gonna make it so any Luminous quests that are involved with those would become uncompletable without me changing the settings again, so I think I'm just gonna leave them on, actually. Like, if the setting also disabled them from appearing in Luminous quests, that would be one thing. But since it doesn't, like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as is. What is this? Shy aura just floating in the sky. Must be a reverse Shy aura. Okay, and let's do this. Wanderer's Echo. And this is going to be the last puzzle of the series. And it's just going to make us run in circles, apparently. I mean, it's basically how I play the game anyway, so what's new here? Alright, can we be done, though? Hello? Jeez. Alright. Let's go to our... Oh, gosh, jump scare. I forgot I changed avatars. Let's go to our save stats. Here we go. Here's our map. Look at that. A completely clean Lucian Waters and Autumn Falls now. And honestly, Verdant Glen's, like, kind of already looking fairly clean itself. Let's look at our stats card. Boom, there it is. Autumn Falls, 100%, next to Lucian Waters. And we are at a whopping 364. Lost grids complete. Heck yeah. This is bringing our hub puzzle total to 80%. And yeah, huge progress. So I'm gonna probably take a little break from recording. This is still like quite a backlog on recording, as you can see here. This is October 8th, and I don't even know when this episode's gonna go up. I think it's like 2 weeks out, so I think sometime in the October 20-something is when you'll actually see this video. Might even be longer than that. But yeah, I might just take a little vacation here from the game and kind of figure out how I want to structure the rest of the series, because I'm gonna need a little bit more structure here